Hey, what's up everybody? Today's video is going to show how you can currently get both the MSG Not Found and Decayed Master Sword in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So before we get into the video, I just want to quickly thank you guys for all the positivity left on the last video. I'm really glad I could help so many people out, and I appreciate it. So our inevitable goal is to revert from the current patch back to version 1.0.0 as you can see here. There are going to be a few tough pills to swallow if you want to pull this off. First of which being that you do have to restart your save file. And the reason is when we revert to an older game version, if you have save data from a current or newer version, it won't allow you to open the game up until you complete the update. And that's obviously what we're trying to do here. I know that's definitely a bummer for a lot of people, but this is unfortunately the only way to currently obtain the MSG. The second thing you're going to need is a way to back up all of the save data on all the games on your Switch. Whether that be an SD card or multiple SD cards. The easiest way is if you have the Nintendo subscription, you can back all of your save data up to the cloud, so you can just re-download it at your convenience after the fact. That's going to be necessary because our following step is to factory reset the whole Switch. This has to be done because even if you delete the game and you delete all the save data with Tears of the Kingdom, it will not delete the update patch. That'll remain. The only way to delete that is to factory reset. Finally, the last thing you're going to need is a physical copy of Tears of the Kingdom. A digital download will not work for this. If you're okay with all of that, and I know that's a tall order, then we can get right into the video and I'll show you how to get this done. So the first step to actually pulling all this off is just going to be to close down the game and remove the cartridge until later in the video when I say to put it back in. The next thing we will want to do is ensure that all of our save data for all of our games are backed up through whatever means you've chosen. This is where you can check your cloud backups. The next thing we're going to want to do is open up our settings, come all the way down to system, and this is where you're going to factory reset, so make sure everything is in order before you do this step. Come down to formatting options under system, all the way at the bottom, initialize console. Now once you've reset your console and gone through all the steps of setting it back up, come on over to settings, go all the way down to system, all the way down again until you see auto update software and turn that off. From there, you're good to put the cartridge back in and start your install of Tears of the Kingdom. Just make note that when you launch it, you're going to get this screen that says the new updates available. Just make sure you click start software and not download. With all that done, we can come back to the home screen and see that we are in fact on version 1.0.0. The next thing we'll want to do is just start a new game. From here you have the option of only getting the MSG or getting both the MSG and the Decayed Master Sword. The Decayed Master Sword will require a second restart, so keep that in mind. I'm going to continue with the tutorial, assuming you want to get both swords, but if you just want the MSG, I will put a timestamp in the description. So we'll have to play on this new save file until we unlock our first memory. To do that, you'll have to finish the Great Sky Island, drop down to Central Hyrule, and come northwest of Lookout Landing to New Serene Stable. Just north of there, you'll find your first memory. Like I said, if we want both swords, we'll have to restart this save file anyway, so I would try to get through as quick as possible, and I wouldn't bother collecting any items or challenging any enemies yet. Once you have your memory and at least one throwable weapon, we'll want to fast travel back to the Room of Awakening. And once we get here, we'll just want to drop a hard save inside the Room of Awakening. Our next step is to return to the title screen, and once again we're going to restart our game. We'll have to play through the intro until we get to the Room of Awakening autosave after the Ganon cutscene. Once you get here, just confirm that you do indeed have the autosave for the Room of Awakening, and make sure you don't pick up the Decayed Master Sword. After that, we'll reload our hard save that we put in the Room of Awakening on the file with our throwable weapon and our memory. From here, we just have to throw duplicate a weapon into the Room of Awakening on our other save file. To do this, you just have to hold the throw animation as you can see here, and click minus. You'll have to watch memories, and the amount depends on what type of weapon you're using. For one-handed weapons it'll be 4, spears is 5, and two-handed weapons is 9. So now that we've watched all of our memories, we just have to reload our autosave from the Realm of Awakening. Upon loading in, you'll notice the weapon we just duplicated is spawned on the ground, meaning we don't have to pick up the Decayed Master Sword to continue on with the tutorial. From here you just have to finish off the Great Sky Island one more time, up until we get to the cutscene where we send the sword back in time to Zelda. Once we get through that cutscene, we've done everything there is to do to get the Decayed Master Sword. I would recommend going back to the Realm of Awakening and confirming the sword is there still, but I wouldn't recommend picking it up just yet. Reloading a save with the Decayed Master Sword in your inventory causes the game to do a couple of weird things, including despawning the sword and corrupting a weapon slot. Instead, I would recommend leaving it until you get your house in Terrytown, which later in the video I'll be describing how you can put it on display there. So if you've made it this far and confirmed that the Decayed Master Sword is still on the ground in the Realm of Awakening, then congratulations, you've successfully completed this part of the guide. Next up, I would just say drop a hard save here to lock in all your progress, and next I'm going to get into the steps of transferring over the MSG into this save file. The first step in obtaining the MSG Master Sword is going to be heading over to the In-Issa Shrine on the Great Sky Island. You'll want to enter the shrine and make note that you did get an autosave upon entry. If like me you didn't get an autosave upon entry, just exit the shrine and re-enter until you notice an autosave in the bottom left hand corner. Once you've confirmed an autosave inside the shrine, you're going to come back to the main menu and one last time restart the game. You're going to want to play through the intro until you get to the room with the 3 keys and you finish the cutscene. After that, run down this hallway and make your way halfway down the large staircase coming up around the corner. You can just drop a hard save anywhere in this general area, we'll fine-tune the location later. Once we have our save, we're going to want to reload the autosave inside the In-Issa Shrine. Don't pay any mind to mine showing the Realm of Awakening, I just got my autosaves in a different order while recording. Once we've loaded into the In-Issa Shrine, we'll want to break through this wall just up ahead. After that, grab one of the rocks to the side and bring it along with you. Make your way up and to the right and place the rock just here in the water. Try to make sure that the tallest peak of this rock is lined up with the vertical line in this corridor here. After that, climb on top of this rock and we're going to do a quick pause weapon duplication. To do that, equip the weapon you want to duplicate and pause the game. Drop your currently equipped weapon and equip a second weapon. Click ++ as quick as you can, and in the weapon menu screen, drop your currently equipped weapon. From there, just load your hard save in the intro. This may take a few tries to get done right, but if you've pulled it off, you'll find your duplicated weapon in the intro section. From here, just drop another hard save in the intro. Now we have to perform another quick pause weapon duplication on the MSG. With that sword equipped, pause the game and drop the MSG. Equip your second weapon and click ++ as quick as you can. From the weapon menu, drop your currently equipped weapon and reload the autosave in the In-Issa Shrine. Once you load in, make your way back to where we placed the rock earlier and take a thorough look around for the sword. This step will likely take a few tries, and as you can see here, I did not get the sword on my first attempt. If you don't find the MSG in the Inisa shrine, just reload your hard save in the intro and repeat the steps of the weapon duplication. This location here is where I was successfully able to transfer the MSG to my other save file, so if you want to pause and copy where I'm standing, it may help you with this step of the glitch. So as I said, this is my successful attempt at transferring the MSG into this save file. We're just going to want to make our way up to the water and take a look around for the sword. I actually missed the sword on my first pass through, but thankfully noticed it going back again. But if you've made it this far, then congratulations, you have both the MSG and the Decayed Master Sword on this save file. Now for the final part of this guide, I'll explain how you can display your Decayed Master Sword along with your MSG Master Sword. There's a fair bit of setup that goes into this, first of which being you have to progress to Terrytown and finish the side quest to unlock your house. Next you'll have to purchase a weapon display room. This can be made easier by combining item duplication with heading towards this shrine just south of Terrytown to receive a diamond from the chest. Once you have your weapon display room, we're also going to need a sapphire rod. The pieces to make this can be found fairly close by. Just north of us here by this chasm will be a monster encampment with a chest with a sapphire inside. And just south of Terrytown, by the shrine with the diamond, we'll find a wizard with a magic rod that we can take. With both of these, head back to Terrytown and disassemble the magic rod. Fuse the sapphire and head back to your house. With all that setup out of the way, we can get into the steps of pulling off this glitch. The first step in pulling this off is to zuggle the sapphire rod. To do this, put your back against the wall and take out the weapon. From here, hover over the map rune and spam right on the D-pad to pull up the weapon menu. Now we can click X to drop the sapphire rod while immediately spamming D-pad to pull up this menu again. If you've done it right, you'll notice the weapon's still in your hand, and from here we can just equip any other weapon in our inventory. When we let go, it'll pull up the map, and all we need to do is click plus, come over to this weapon, and drop it. If you've done it right, you'll notice you have two weapons overlaid in your hand. Next, we just need to transfer back to the sapphire rod. You'll have to repeat this method about 10 to 15 times, or until the sapphire rod drops from your hand when you swap back to it in the last step. As an example, I'm showing my last few Zuggle attempts before getting the sapphire rod to spawn on the ground. Once we get the sapphire rod to spawn on the ground, we can get into desyncing the master swords and displaying them. You'll notice from here, every other weapon we equip will desync our inventory and drop to the ground. We'll want to line this up so that our MSG master sword desyncs and falls to the ground. From here, drop any other weapon, then pick it up. You'll notice your inventory still says you have the MSG equipped. Then go up to a weapon stand and click display. Now it's time to display the Decayed Master Sword. This will be slightly more complicated than the MSG, but really isn't too bad. If you haven't already, head back to the Room of Awakening and pick up your Decayed Master Sword. Now our first step is to desync the Decayed Master Sword. It'll appear that you don't have a weapon equipped, as the Decayed Master Sword will despawn as soon as it hits the ground. From here, equip any other weapon and ensure that it appears on your back. Next, walk up to the weapon display and activate the recall ability. Next, we'll swap back to the Decayed Master Sword and you'll notice it spawn at your feet. Now we just need to click B, then A immediately to cancel the recall and display the Decayed Master Sword. This is going to take quite a few tries to pull off, as we're after a frame perfect input. If we're too late, the sword will hit the ground and despawn. However, you don't want to mash A to display the sword, as you can display it and then pick it up, as you'll see I've done later in this video. As you can see there, for a split second I had the sword on the display. However, because I was clicking A too quickly, I picked it back up and now have to try again. After many tries, as you can see, I was able to get the Decayed Master Sword onto the weapon display. If you've made it this far into the video and followed all the steps I've laid out, then congratulations, you've pulled this off. That's all I have for you today, but please comment any questions you may have down in the comments section below, and I'll try to answer as soon as I can. Thanks for tuning in today, and have a good one. Peace.